Hey, Gangarino, what's going on? It's 1 a.m. and what I'm doing here is I'm bringing to you guys another workshop of the How to Rap series. Okay, now in this workshop we're going to talk about rhythm. Okay, and this isn't going to be another typical episode, right? This episode we have to treat a lot like we treated the rhyme episode, because I can't like first of all, you know what rhymes when you hear it, right? So okay, there's not much to show you with the rhyme thing, right? The best I can do is just put you in the right places to show you how to develop the rhymes. The thing about rhythm, it's not going to be much different in terms of the difficulty to teach, right? Like when we get to talking about these concepts, right, which are foundational, yes, to rapping and stuff like this, we have to bear in mind the obviousness of these topics. You know what I'm saying? Like, and because of the obviousness of these topics, to me, or for me, it feels like I'm insulting my own intelligence by trying to break down the element as much as possible. I mean, bro, you can go anywhere. There's plenty of people who have been willing to waste their time babying you and breaking these things down and just beating dead horses on very, very obvious things, right? Like the concept of, for example, being on time, being on beat, you know, is not new. You know what I'm saying? Like this is not, it's not like something that's like difficult or anything like that. You know, honestly, the only way really to perceive it is that you either have it or you don't, right? Or you either develop it or you don't. And, you know, there's nothing that I can tell you in the realm of, well, you know, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and on 6, 7, 8. Like I'm not like that's nah. I'm not gonna do that. In person we can do this maybe, right? And then you can pay me or something, right? But you know, at the end of the day, it's just one of those things where it's just like, look, bro, like if you can't do it, then there's no point in, you know, really you like if you're not gonna cultivate it, then you should just do it. You know what I'm saying? Sorry. If you can't do it, sorry, and you're not gonna cultivate it, then you should just leave it to the people who inspire you. You know what I'm saying? Like leave it to the people who, you know do it well. Okay, now there is another topic though in the realm of rhythm that is pretty worthy of speaking about. I can go a little bit more in depth into. Again, can't really speak too much to it on like a technical level in terms of like being like, oh well, you just do this and do that. Nah, again, it's more so like you have to know what you want to say. You have to know what you want to do. You have to know the story that you want to tell, you know? Maybe in our next episode about bars, we're gonna make. I think our next episode is gonna be about bars. I've debated this for a while, but man, like that storytelling presentation and episode 1 as well about big picture thinking. These are the things that are really. That's really like the whole situation. Like, there's not very much more for me to go into about showing you, you know, how to do this stuff. You know, when it comes down to the rapping. As I said in the rhyme workshop, the difference between rap and poetry, one of the primary differences is that rap it's meant to fit into a timing structure, like an actual musical measure of time. You know what I'm saying? Like the things that you say. Whereas spoken word is far more free speech, or poetry. There's a lot more. There's flexibility within genres of poetry, where you know, you don't have to stick to a 4x4 time signature or 3x4 time signature or whatever the case may be, right? You can just go ahead and express yourself. But in rhythm, one of the areas that these two topics share attributes is, yeah, like I said, so rhythm in terms of timing. So it's like, and this is a universal concept in all of entertainment, in all of the arts. You know what I mean? Or let me put it like this, more so in like theater and film, drama, you know what I mean? Again, and then we're here with poetry and music and stuff like this. And this is also recognizable in things that are as simple as our social environment. So we have social cues and stuff like that, right? Like, you know when you should be quiet and listen. You know when it is appropriate to laugh, or you feel like you know when it is appropriate to even tell a joke, or to share certain information. And this is no different when it comes down to music. This is no different when it comes down to rapping, poetry, things of this nature. It's just now, but the difference is that obviously you're the one on the soapbox. You know what I'm saying? And so you're dominating the time, like you're dominating the attention of the crowd, and so the timing still works the same. But like I said, at the end of the day, at a base level, what you're paying attention to is the storytelling aspect, right? Like the storytelling aspect of rapping and whatnot is man, like that's at a baseline, that's what it is. If you think bigly, and then you have a story, like you know how to like tell stories, which is really about, okay, you started saying something, why did you start saying that thing, okay, and close it out, right? Like it's really that simple, okay? Then you're good, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, beyond that, like with rhythm, when it comes down to doing like exercises or workshops, when it comes down to rhythm, it's about, first of all, just you rapping on beats, figure out what types of beats that you like to use, maybe play around with different flows and all of that type of stuff. That definitely works for you. Work on getting on beat and stuff like that, which you could definitely most hear yourself. You could hear yourself best if you record yourself over beats. And there's many ways for you to do that. If you're watching this on a phone, you can get BandLab or whatever, some other app or something like this. You can use your regular voice recorder. I use my regular voice recorder all the time. And just record yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen to yourself, you know what it sounds like to be on beat, you know what I'm saying? Look at Blueface. Look at people like Blueface who could even be ridiculed for not rapping on beat, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not sure how many of those people could even clap on the 2 and 4 as they know that they should, or if they could even be on beat, but they can tell you when you're not on beat. So, and that's really just what I'm saying, bro. Like, and I really think that you would appreciate that. I think that you would appreciate most that I don't sit here and try to insult your intelligence and treat you like an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not an idiot. You know what I mean? You may be an attention whore. You know what I'm saying? You may be, insecure, right? You may be lacking self-worth and stuff like this, or lacking purpose and things of that nature, lacking integrity or whatever. You may be doing this disingenuously and just trying to siphon off some glory for yourself or whatever. But, at the end of the day, I'm not going to waste your time and all of this type of stuff. It's like, at the end of the day, you need to know, what you want to say. You need to know, and then you have to have patience with yourself and stuff like that to get out the things that you want to say. And when you can do that, then or when you work on that, then when it comes down to your rhythms and all of that type of stuff, right, getting your flows together, and by flow I mean the flow of the story, because that's what I mean by rhythm in this case, then you'll be good, man. Then you'll be good. And our next workshop, it'll be more it'll be a little bit more technical. Again, like I said, it's not going to be much different. And in all of these, the spirit supersedes everything, man. Like the spirit supersedes everything. All this trying to artificialize the process and all of this type of stuff, and make it a formula and all of this type of stuff. It just takes away from the fact that the obvious fact that you are your own person with your own story and your own things to say. If you want me to write your songs for you, go ahead and shoot me a message. You know what I'm saying? And we can talk about, what the cost is going to be, what you need, verses, hooks, you got a beat ready, all of that type of stuff. But beyond that, if you're going to be doing this on your own, I can really only advise you to have as much patience with yourself as possible. You know what I'm saying? Get that practice in, get your time in. And when you do it once, you can definitely do it twice. And if you can do it twice, you can definitely do it 3 times. So yeah, but beyond that, man, hey, I always encourage you to do your best, to follow your inspiration, man. I'm really grateful that you guys are following me along on these how to rap workshops and stuff like that thus far. I know that the past couple of episodes have probably been a bit of a startle to some of you, but hey, look, I just take you seriously, okay? And I take this stuff seriously. You are not bigger than the program. You've never been bigger than the program. None of us are. God is greater than all of us. And yeah, but I'll definitely be catching you guys in the next episode about bars, putting together bars, and that'll be a fun one. That'll be a fun one. We'll get back into quick writes. We'll get back into a couple of exercises. I'll have a couple of exercises for you guys for bars. And yeah, man, but that's rhythm for you. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this other short workshop. This is a very short workshop. If we were in person, I'd be handling this a lot differently. If you have any questions, excuse me, just hit me up. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, all of that good stuff. Chicken nuggets, honey mustard.